And Sanatana Goswami. No, nobody knows what I was speaking about. Now this works. And Sanatana Goswami, he knew, what's wrong with this person? Why he's suddenly so nice, so friendly to me? And must be something wrong. Ishan, he called his servant. Do you have something valuable on you? And Ishan said, actually, I have this gold coins. How many? 7. Give them out. Why are you carrying these death nails? Because if you have some valuable thing, if you walk through a very rude area in Croatia, and you have a, again, very valuable cell phone, what you don't have. It's very dangerous because some punks may come and they take the cell phone from you. So this is dangerous if you carry very valuable things with you. And he said, give me these gold coins. And he went with the gold coins to the landlord and said, here, this is what I have. And I know you're going to kill me for this. I said, yes, I had this plan. How you know? I said, well, it's normally. But please take it. He said, no. Actually, no, come on, take it. It's okay. You catched me red-handed. I don't want to take it. And Sanatana Goswami said, no, take it, please. Because if you don't kill me, somebody else will kill me for that. So just take it and I'm rid of it. And he said, okay, very, very, very nice that you did this. I feel bad, but I want to do some service because I see you holy men. Only sadhus can act in such a way. So please come in the nighttime. I bring you over this tract of land, and then you're free of it. So he brought him over this hill, and when they were alone again, he said to his servant Ishan, Ishan, I think the 7 coins was not everything. What else you have? And he said, I still have 1 gold coin. I said, take this gold coin and go back home. Go back home. Leave me alone! Go! Okay, and then Sanatana Goswami was finally free. Almost. Because next destination was a city, I think Hachipuri or something like that. And there a man was living. His name was Shrikanda. So when I hear this name, I think always of what? Shrikant, yeah. So I think that's a nice name. Actually, there's a devotee in Switzerland, right, with the name Shrikanda. So but the Shrikanda, he was a relative of him. I think he was the brother-in-law of him, of Sanatana Goswami. And the Shrikanta said, oh, yeah, what you doing here? So, well, he told him about everything. And he said, oh, that's very nice. Now you came here to my place. Please stay here for at least some days. You have to show your hospitality, especially when you related to somebody. He said, please come, please stay in my house. And he said, Sanatana Goswami said, oh, actually, I'm a little bit in a hurry, but maybe I go. And Shrikanta said, okay, if you want to go, then at least take this blanket, because it's cold. It's in the nighttime. It's cold, and take please this blanket with you. Okay, said Sanatana Goswami. He took this blanket, and then he came. Finally, he found the Lord. Now you help me. This is in Varanasi. Yeah. This is in Varanasi. He met the Lord in Varanasi. But before he met him, he came to the house. The Lord was actually staying with Shankarsheka Acharya. And the Lord said to Shankarsheka, said, go out, there must be some mendicant. And Shankarsheka went out of his house, he looked around. Nobody is here, no. He said, he came back and said, nobody is there. He said, no, there's a pure devotee outside. And he went outside and he looked. And he said saw somebody with a beard. Now beards, Suri. Beards are mostly for Muslims, especially long beards, right? Yeah. And Shankarsheka came back and said, well, there's only a Muslim mendicant outside. When I saw Suri in the morning, I thought, oh, who's that? With hair and beard. So, but the Lord said, no. There is a real Vaishnava outside. Bring him in. And then Shankarsheka went out to this Muslim and said, please come inside. My Lord is asking to come inside, that you come inside. And when he came inside, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately saw him. And he said, Sanatan, finally, you have come here. And he went on and praised him and gave him a hug. And they were crying shoulder to shoulder. Meaning they lean against each other's shoulder and they were crying on each other's shoulder. Because, and this is quite significant, because the Lord, he didn't see the externals. He didn't see, like I saw in the morning when I saw Suri, I thought, who's this? Like some Indian Jimi Hendrix. No, he saw, this is my devotee. He saw the pure devotee who is in front of him. He saw Sanatana Goswami. And so that's quite that's quite important, that the Lord immediately he recognized his devotee, and then the Lord told Sanatana Goswami, because Sanatana Goswami said, please don't touch me, and then the Lord, he gave some arguments and said, by touching you, just to purify myself, because by the force of your devotional service, you can purify the whole universe. Saints of your caliber are themselves places of pilgrimage. Because of their purity, they are constant companions of the Lord, and therefore they can purify even the places of pilgrimage. So this is a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. And then the Lord, he quoted the Hari Bhakti Vilas. Even though a person is a very learned scholar of the Sanskrit Vedic literatures, he is not accepted as my devotee unless he is pure in devotional service. However, even though a person is born in a family of dog eaters, he is very dear to me if he is a pure devotee who has no motive to enjoy fruitive activities or mental speculation. Indeed, all respects should be given to him, and whatever he offers should be accepted. Such devotees are as worshipable as I am. This says Krishna, Lord Krishna. And then he said, one may be born in a Brahmana family and have all 12 Brahminical qualities, but if he is not devoted to the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, who has a navel shaped like a lotus, he is not as good as a Chandala, who has dedicated his mind, words, activities, wealth, and life to the service of the Lord, simply to take birth in a Brahmana family or to have Brahminical qualities is not sufficient. One may become a pure devotee of the Lord if a Swapacha or Chandala is a devotee. He delivers not only himself but his whole family, whereas a Brahmana who is not a devotee but simply has Brahminical qualities cannot even purify himself, what to speak of his family. So this also confirmed yesterday what we heard. Hey Charu, what we heard yesterday in the class by Sri Gauranga Prabhu, where there was this Brahmana who was very, very strict and very pure in his behavior and in sense control. But still, the Lord didn't accept him unless he could see this humility and tolerance in him, what is a sign of a devotee. Because a devotee does never ever think himself elevated. He always thinks, "Oh, I'm just a simple devotee. I don't have much knowledge. I don't have much understanding. I'm just a simple sadhaka. I just do my service." Right? So we have Murari Gupta here and his wife Sundari. So they are, can I say this? They are doctors. They are doctors. And we have also our Jagadish here, was for Vedic reading. He's also a doctor. So we have quite some doctors. Toshani is also a doctor. Where do these doctors come from? So, but in outside world, a doctor is quite, is high esteem. If you're a doctor, you have some reputation, right? Of course, when you're Indian, then you IT, Dr. IT. But when you come in Germany, when you see a doctor, they say demigod in white, right? And if the I don't know, you work directly in a hospital or you have a little office. You have an office, but you don't. Are you cutting people? No, I'm standing to the Jagadish. Yeah. So you have to, or whatever, you have this doctor, especially the chief doctor. He walks around with his in white, is all floating like he has, they have this long coats, white coats, and he walks through the aisles of the hospital. It's like flying, like as he has wings, and he has very, very attractively, he puts not a pavitram around his back, no, his stethoscope is around his neck, that everybody can see, oh, he is the doctor, right? Suri, you also doctor? No. I'm Suri, but Suri is Krankenpflege. Aha, okay. So you were the man with the PCR tests? No. I always don't get you right, you two guys. He also has a beard now? Yeah. Oh my goodness. So yeah. So they are, and everybody bows down when they come through the hospital, flying with the stethoscope. And when they come to some social meeting, then everybody is kind of, oh, Herr Doctor. And even the wife, even if she's not a doctor, she's also Mrs. Doctor, right? Because of her husband. And the kids, they're also very respected because they are the kids of doctors. Your kids are gone. You are looking for them. So, but when such people come to the temple of the Lord, they behave very humbly. Of course, for us, they're still demigods in white. But for when they come to the temple, they know the Lord is the one who gets the attention. And they just try to make service because this is something what they cannot do. They maybe serve the whole humanity. They serve maybe so many people, and indeed they're saving lives. They are making people feel better. They relieve them from pain and distress. But they know the real man is the Lord, is the supreme personality of Godhead. So, and this is actually the understanding of a Vaishnava. And although Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is God himself, but he don't display this, because what was the reason Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually came as well? There are a few different reasons. What was one reason? What is the reason Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in this world? Okay. Say about Krishna, yes. Say about Krishna, he means speaking about Krishna. Yes? But how did he do this? How did he bring the holy name? How did he tell everybody about Krishna? By his own example. So the Lord became his devotee to show the path how a devotee should live. And now here he gives this example and saying, I don't care if you're Muslim or not, or if you look like a Muslim. I know, I look in your heart and I see that you my pure devotee. And I don't care where you come from. So you come as you are in front of the Lord. And this is actually the teaching what we should really deeply implement. When somebody comes here to the temple to the Lord, we should not see first of all, oh, can he do Achman? He doesn't know how to do Achman, right? He doesn't know how to sit and where to sit and what to do and how to chant. We should see that somebody visiting the Lord, and he's a guest of the Lord. Now, in deity worship, you have 5 different angas. Therefore, it's called Panch Anga Puja. Somebody knows these angas? If you don't, probably. Okay, so I tell you this: the 5 angas is in the morning, or everything what is before the worship, meaning you're taking bath, you stand up, you're taking bath, you put on tilak, you chant Gayatri, and you clean the place of worship. It's called Abhigama. Then the next one is you collecting items of the worship, like plucking tulsi, getting flowers, making arrangement for the boga. Upagama. And the third one is yoga. And in yoga, actually, you meditate upon the worship. That means you connect yourself internally internally with the object of worship, with the Lord. And then there is Icha, and Icha means you do physically the worship. And the last one is cultivation of devotional service. And there are different angas, like chanting the holy name, serving prasadam, worshipping Tulsi Devi, listening to Srimad Bhagavatam. And there's also one anga, what is called, is also included in the 5th anga, is called Aditi Seva. So what means Aditi Seva? Huh? Well, it means serving of guests. But you can see them as demigods. Ati? Ati Seva. Aditi Seva. So as soon somebody comes to the Lord, we have to understand he visits the Lord. And I saw it many times, devotees want to come here, but they say, we could not come here, and there was always some difficulties, And if somebody comes, he is allowed to come here, To visit the Holy Dharm is not a simple thing. You have to be the permission to get entrance in the Holy Dharm. And this permission you get only from the Lord. It's like you want a pure devotional service, you cannot just go and grab it. You want to chant pure, you cannot just come and say, now I'm chanting pure. There has to be, you have to be allowed to do this. You cannot go yourself and push that door open. It has to be opened for you. And who can open the door for you? Yes, the devotees. So either the devotees make you fortunate that you come to the Holy Dharm, they invite you. But even then, if the devotees invite somebody to the Dharm, we should treat these people with most respect, because in the end they are guests of the Lord. They are our guests. So we should welcome them under all circumstances. And we should make necessary arrangements that even if they make a mistake, because they may be not familiar with all the rituals and where to sit in the temple, and no, Mataji's on this side, Prabhu's on this side, and whatever. We should tell them these things, but very, very sensitive and respectful. Right? Because if you tell somebody, if you give a hint to somebody, there's different ways how to do this. You can be kind of rude. What sometimes I see, what we do, because we consider somebody who doesn't know where to sit or whatever, you cannot, But no, we have to be, that this person still feel happy about it, to be corrected. It's not so easy to accept correction. So this we should be careful, and we see this here in the example of the Lord, how he first of all, when he saw Sanatana Goswami, although he didn't look like a devotee shaved with sika and tilak and everything, right? He treated him respectful, and he told him very like words and even shlokas where he comforted him, where he told him, no, actually you a pure devotee, I know you. And by touching you, because Sanatana Goswami, he was, just imagine, he traveled, maybe his last bath was when he jumped in the Ganga. Right? So, he traveled for a while, he had, and when we travel, when I travel and for one day I cannot take a shower, one feels not so nice, right? And here Sanatana Goswami, he had a beard even. Probably he could not shave for quite a while. Therefore he had a beard and hair was standing out of his head. So, probably in this time also, there was not, people didn't have deodorant. This is something what came with this. You don't have to wash nowadays. You just go, right? And then you smell like demigod again. So Sanatana Goswami, probably he didn't use deodorant in this time. So and for sure he felt, come on, I'm dirty, I'm completely, I didn't take a shower on anything. And he knew Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So every puchari, he makes a whole ceremony, he stands on his head and everything, and make that he can go on the altar. Take 5 times showers, make 15 achmans and whatever, just to go near the Lord. So Sanatana Goswami, he was, he knew all these things. It was not a new one. It was not a new bhakta. And he knew, my goodness, now the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Supreme Deity, standing in front of me. And he's embracing me, smelling like a dead mouse or whatever. No? So he said, no, 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 don't touch me, don't touch me. And the Lord still embraced him. There's later on again, when the Lord is in Puri, again, Sanatana Goswami comes to Puri, but he walks to the forest of Charakanda, and there he drinks some bad water, some not so nice water. And because of this, he get like open, I don't know, you are the experts, what source, yeah, some how you, yeah, saw some, it said liquid was oozing out of his body. Sounds not so something what you look forward to. So he had this oozes on his body, this open body, right? And he came to Jagannath Puri, and the same thing again, the Lord saw him and said, Sanatan! And he embraced him. And he was even worse now, not only smelly, also oozing, you know. And he said, my Lord, don't you see, you know, and he saw this liquid out of his body, you know, stained the clothes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he said, you know, my Lord, what is this? You know, don't touch me. Don't you see me? How I'm looking? And Mahaprabhu said, this is just like the stool of a baby for the mother. Now my wife and myself, and we have, you know, we all have experience. I don't know. I have the experience with Charu. She had it with Murari. Can I tell it? Gopi Gita. We, you know, when they have especially boys, they have this cramps when they're babies, right? And they're crying and crying because they have them air in the stomach. And you have to give them massage. And how you massage them is you take the feet and press the feet up and right with the feet on the forehead, right? And then poof, the air comes out. Yes, sorry. No, Sugi, you wanna be a daddy? No. Now listen careful. Now the nectar comes. And one time it happened to me with Charu, and it happened to Gopi Gita with Murari, same thing. You do this movement, and not only air came out. I had a white dhoti. Very good. But, you know, that's not a problem. You know, it's just like, oh, what happened? This little cute little boy, right? You don't consider this any offense. If somebody outside, you know, if somebody else would do this to me, I would be in trouble, but then he would be in trouble. Or she, I don't know. You think this is most abominable. Stool, you know, it's you're completely considered impure. But if it's somebody you love, you don't think it's impure. It's the most natural thing, and the Lord says it's like sandalwood paste. You know, this is like, you know, for a mother, the stool of a kid is like sandalwood paste. So in India, sandalwood paste is something very valuable, right? What you actually put on the whole body, but most on the forehead. We see it in pictures of Prabhupada. And when they offer sandalwood paste on his forehead, it's cooling. It's very cooling and have a very good fragrance. So therefore, you know, the Lord even considered as something bad, you know, because for the Lord, His devotee is so pleasing. It's like here on the altar, we have Shishi Pralat Lakshmi Shingadev Ki Jai. And first of all, you see 4 hands, right? Shankara and Chakra holding up. And then you see the hand where usually is the Padma, the lotus. He holds like this, right? Yeah, it's a blessing hand. He gives blessings, but it means also something else. I mean, when somebody's coming and I make like this, what does it mean? Stop. In the name of love. It means stop. Not more than here, Because who's on the other side? His devotee. And anybody who want to attack his devotee, the Lord immediately says, stop. Right? And then the fourth hand, where he has actually the gun, the club, the gutter, you can't see at this moment because it's hidden under the flower garland. But I tell you, and maybe you saw it before, with this hand, he holds his devotee. He supports Sri Prahlad. He's right under him to hold him. So the Lord, drops his weapon, his most powerful gada. He drops it to hold and protect his devotee, to support his devotee. That's amazing. And then you even see normally who is on this side of the chest of the Lord. Lakshmi. Normally, there's the place where Lakshmi sits. Sometimes Indians come here, and the father, he explains the altar and says, Lakshmi Devi. Said, no, Lakshmi Devi. This is Prahlad. No, Lakshmi Devi on this side. No, here, Prahlad. Lakshmi Devi, she moved to the other side of the chest. As you see this ornament, today it's silver, it's quite big. It's Mahalakshmi. We have normally an ornament, like a coin, or something, there's an ornament of Lakshmi Devi. So she moves on the other side of the chest because she knows that the Lord is even more pleased to be together with his devotee. So just imagine how much love is between the Lord and his devotee. And this love, this natural love between the Lord and the devotee, forward and backward, this cannot be attained by anything, not by austerity, not by learning, not by having a very exemplary sadhana, that cannot be attained by anything external, not by good look. That's only by devotion, by love. This is natural love, and this is in all of us. This love is in all of us. We powered by this love. Actually, the whole world is powered by love. A flower has the potency of love in a flower is fully manifested, kind of, because the way a flower is created, who created this flower? We would say Krishna, and it's such an amazing composition. A flower. And you give this flower to somebody, immediately he feels loved. You give somebody, I give my, this classes to somebody, and what should I do with that? But you give the flower to somebody, he immediately feels fortunate. He immediately feels love. Right? Because in everything there is love. Actually, also in this class is also love. Somebody made an effort to put love in these classes. There's some effort inside, and even if it's not like pure love or whatever, somebody put some effort inside. This temple is built with love. Somebody put effort inside. The neighbor, his house, he built his house with love. There's love inside. So the whole creation is powered by this divine energy. Of course, we don't speak about some cheesy kind of, love or whatever. No, this is the energy of the universe. It is love. And the devotee, he sees this and he can extract this love and give it back to the Lord because he knows there is the source. But if we are, and the devotee, he can see this because his heart is full of love. But when our heart is full of lust, the only thing what we see is lust. And then we think, oh, this world is so dangerous because it's full of things what I can't have. And therefore, actually I want to have it, but I should not have it. Therefore I reject it, but I want to have it. No, I should not have it. And therefore, most of us, we are trapped in these things in between. Something what I actually want to have, but I don't want to have it. I go to the neighbor and say, I renounce your BMW. I don't want to have it. And you're a bad person because you have one. No, but that's not renunciation. Renunciation is you give it back to the person who's belonging. So this is just what I thought in this section is quite astonishing, how the Lord greets his devotee with welcoming words. He makes him feel comfortable. He makes him feel welcome. He doesn't criticize him. You didn't take a shower, you didn't do Achman, you didn't shave yourself, you didn't put on dilak, right? When you come here. No, he welcomes him, and he makes him so welcome by even putting him over himself. And that's the real art of a host. Right? A real host makes the person he invites, make him feel more elevated than himself. And this means this person, the host, he has to feel himself lower, more humble. He makes him feel more elevated. Now when you see any, especially, on television, of course you don't watch television, but if you would watch a television show and there comes a guest, first of all, the hacking order is established, and mostly the host puts himself, makes some comments what puts his the other person, his guest, to check. Well, I'm actually here, the big showman, but we welcomed here because what you're gonna say. You want to sell your new book or what you want to be. This is how the world works. You come to somebody's house, and first of all, this person shows you everything what he has in his possession. My pool, my car, my house, my wife, my children. There's this joke, right? Somebody comes to a house and the host says, this is my pool, my car, my house, my wife. No, wait a second. They come with this cards and say, this is my pool, this is my house, this is my car, this is my wife. And the other one comes with the same cards. And what he in his possession is as your pool, or no, my pool, my house, my car, your wife. Meaning he's with his wife anyway. So this is something what we should inspire to. When somebody comes as our guest, we should make him feel completely welcome and even put him over ourselves. This is spiritual welcome. This is Aditi Seva. So I know I'm not at all a good example of this, and I ask for your blessings that maybe one day I can become a good host and welcome everybody walking through the store and understand that everybody coming through the store is a guest of the Lord and is very elevated. There must be some reason why the Lord brought this person here. And with your blessings, I may understand this one day. So thank you very much, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Are there any questions, comments, or thoughts? Oh, no. Mari Gupta Prabhu.
So you said that when guests come into the house, if do something wrong with it, the host or the representative of the host should correct him, but very sensitively. So out of his humility, Sanatana Goswami took this blanket from his brother-in-law. Maybe you can tell us how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu corrected him regarding this blanket.
Why I for a reason I didn't went in this direction, although I mentioned the blanket, because I thought, it's always when you give class tomorrow, and so and the person who gave class previously the day before, and he told already everything. He actually told already the whole class.
Because you
You know.
mentioned it.
Yeah. Okay, but just briefly, of course, he thought, and the Lord saw this blanket, and he was looking at this blanket. He was only looking at this blanket, and Sanatana Goswami, because he was sensitive himself, he could understand. He got the hint, something with this blanket, and he knew it's a very valuable blanket. And actually, it doesn't befit me. It's like if you a beggar on the streets and you drive a BMW. There's this story. There was a beggar, and he begged every day. And with the time, he always in the evening he went by a bakery shop, and he saw all these cakes and all these sweets, and he thought, one day I go in this bakery shop and buy all these cakes, because he had so much wealth. He hid it always under a bush. He had so much wealth. And he went by this bakery shop and said, one day I will go there. But then what will happen? Everybody will know that I have already so much money. I will lose my job as a beggar. Right? So, if you're a beggar and you drive a BMW, nobody will take you serious as a beggar, right? So therefore, he understood, this, I want to be a sannyasi, I want to be renounced, but I got this blanket and I had to accept this blanket. Because, again, it came from a relative. And Sanatana Goswami, he was so sensitive that he thought, I cannot, reject his hospitality, what is already quite, especially in India, when my mother-in-law, when she invites us for anything, or your mother-in-law comes out with some dishes, Gopi Gita, right? So you can't say no. You have to accept it. So he rejected his hospitality, and then the last thing, he gave him this blanket. So, okay, he took this blanket. And then he had this blanket, and then he came in association of pure devotees, and he understood, now here this blanket looks awkward. And then he gave it up. But how he gave it up, this I will leave to the next person. Also very also very sensitive. Also very sensitive. No, okay, let's make, because he didn't just go there to this auto beggar and just dumped it on him or whatever. And he made him very comfortable. He said, please take this. And the other way, what do you want? Said, and he took his a torn quilt, his chador was probably not in good shape anymore. So anyway, is this okay? Okay, so thank you for the remaining Muhikanas. And I again ask for your blessings that I one day can become a real servant of these words I try to speak. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ananda Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai.